All right, everybody. Welcome back into another episode of the Lesko podcast. Joined by Tyler Smith once again, Penn State great from the men's side back in the early 2000s. Tyler, it's great to have you back on, man.
It's great to be here as always. I don't know if I'm a Penn State great. I'd say I'm a Penn State participant, hustler maybe. Like I hustled a lot. My skills were not next level, but good enough to hang in there for 4 years and not get trampled too often. But you're very
Well,
kind, very kind.
Tyler, in my book, you definitely are for sure a legend. Uh, and Scott Johnson, so he was my coach in freshman year of basketball. And
Nice.
you just said hustler. Well, I remember I won the Mr. Hustle award. So I wasn't the best player, but I won the Mr. Hustle award, and that was a great honor. So that's
Yep,
a
you can
great,
control hustle. You can control hustle, man. You can control
exactly.
your attitude. You can control the effort. Beyond that, well, we're all given different levels of abilities and gifts, And
That's right.
I feel pretty good about what I was able to do and you know, push my abilities to the limits. So um, yeah, I can't complain, right? We don't all get 40-inch verticals. When I was
Yeah,
maybe I told this story before, but when I was in high school, my parents were like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I'm like, "What I really want is a 40-inch vertical." And so my dad had this big sign, like this narrow poster, like made up, and it said 40 inches, and it had like basketballs on it and stuff, and it was really cool. And I would put that like on my wall, like from the floor up, just dreaming maybe someday. I don't know, because when you're
maybe
still
someday.
growing, you're thinking like, maybe I'll hit a growth spurt or a vertical inch spurt, and that part never
Hmm.
really happened. But I even bought the strength shoes. You may not have heard of strength shoes, but have
Nope.
you heard of them?
No, I don't
So
think so.
in the 90s, there was some infomercial that went around, or I think I saw it in like a magazine, and it was like a one-page ad, and it was, think of just like a, I don't know, just a regular athletic shoe, but there was like a 2-inch thick platform from like on the ball of your foot, and it was like a big wide base, and so you were only walking on your toes, and you do all these different exercises and sprints and jumps and stuff. And there's always testimonials. You'll add 6 inches, 8 inches to your vertical in 6 weeks and all that stuff. And I'm like, bro, I'm getting those shoes. And so I got those shoes, and they did help. They did help. But I think it put a lot of strain on like the Achilles and stuff. But as a kid, I'm like, I don't feel anything on my Achilles. I feel great. And then I met this trainer one time, and he's like, yo, man, it's not the shoes. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, it's the exercises you're doing it with. And I'm thinking, no way, 100% the shoes. So it's kind of funny, but we all got to try different things.
Now that you bring those up, I do remember. I remember thinking it was mainly for calf definition. Um,
Yeah, some dudes got huge, like crazy cut calves. My calves are not built that way, but I'm sure some people it did. I was just trying to jump higher than like over a phone book.
what was your vertical? You remember?
I was so proud of it my freshman year because I got my first letter from University of Illinois as a freshman, and I'm filling everything out. Just it's a super general thing, but I thought like it was really a big deal for me, and it was just a questionnaire like, where do you live? What do your parents do? I'm like, Mom, what do you do? And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I got to put something like, what do you call yourself? Like, homemaker, I guess. Okay, homemaker. So every little thing, it was like vertical leap. I have no idea. I got to go out and test it. And so like I did it like 19 inches, and I'm like, 19 inches. I didn't even think that I should put like way more than 19 inches, but so going back, I'd have been like, oh, probably 30,
Yeah.
31, 32, no, 19. That was it my freshman year. It got better. I don't know what it ended up being. Probably like mid high 20s. Not impressive at all.
Well, hey, you know, you had the height, Tyler, and you sealed the game against UNC in 2001. So it worked out for you, man.
Good thing. Good thing. Shots went in sometimes.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, that's what you said when I sent you that video. You're like, thank God that went in.
yes, yes. But we can talk about true Penn State greats. Today we're talking
Yeah,
about Tanisha Wright, T. Wright, and Kelly Mazzante. Oh my gosh,
yeah,
pretty
man.
awesome. Pretty awesome for the
We
women.
we called it last week. We said bring back Kelly Mazzani. Uh, we knew that T. Wright was the real deal. She is,
Yeah,
and she brings back Kelly Mazzani too. So she is Kelly Mazzani, probably the greatest, one of the greatest basketball players at Penn State, men or women, ever. And you were saying how she had 2,919 career points. Uh, that was more than a man or a woman in the Big Ten for some time, which is crazy.
yeah.
Uh,
All-time leading scorer. Amazing. In 4 years, there was no half extra year, red shirt, COVID. 4 straight years. 1 year averaged 24.9 a game. We can round that up to 25. Who was the last Big Ten player to average 25? I don't know. Now, might have been Caitlin Clark. She's
yeah.
impressive with her scoring, but I mean, when you just look at the stats of these two, I mean, they were insane. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Tanisha was three-time defensive player, three-time first team All Big Ten, three-time Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year her sophomore, junior, senior season. And then you got Kelly over here draining threes from everywhere. Um, both big time WNBA players, both even played overseas a little bit, which was fun. I forgot that they spent a little time over the pond and crazy places like Slovakia and
Yeah.
France and Turkey and I don't know who would do that. Oh, Israel, Poland for Tanisha. Yeah, for T. So these two, man, and they were only 1 year apart. So really cool that they're coming back together now. Kind of have coached in a lot of cool places and really proven themselves. And so yeah, it's a new era, man. This is going to be really cool for the women.
Yeah. Tyler, you've heard it too. Penn State is a football school. It's not a basketball school. And to me, when people say that, I say Penn State's a sports school. Because I remember back when you guys played, you, Joe Crispin, Titus Ivory, John, Calvin Booth. You guys were fun to watch. I remember when Kelly Mazzani played. I remember when Tanisha Wright played. Tanisha Wright was on the Final Four team, I believe. Kelly came in right after that. I remember that feeling as a fan, how exciting it was. Because even as a young kid, I knew Penn State is Joe Paterno, it's football. But when you guys were good, I remember that feeling as a kid, how exciting and just awesome it was to watch that. When people like Coach Wright are brought back, when people like Kelly Mazzani are brought back, you get that feeling again. When Joe Crispin came back, I got that feeling again of excitement. Penn State is a basketball school. They just have not played very good basketball as of late in the past couple of years, and that's okay. But they are a basketball school, man. Penn State is a basketball school. They will support basketball. The performance just has to be picked up a little bit, and that happens with football. So
Yeah,
would you agree with
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I mean, I think they just it's definitely a sports school. I think football is king. It'll probably always be king, and that's great. That's fine. But there's plenty of other schools where you can have multiple sports be successful. The whole focus doesn't have to be on just football. And yeah, I think the consistency just needs to be there, and it just hasn't been for a while. So hey, man, it's as good a time as any to turn some things around. I know together those two went to the Elite Eight. I think it was Kelly's senior year,
Yep.
T's junior year, and they lost to UConn, who was like, insanely good every year,
UConn. Yeah.
the eventual champions that year. But yeah, man, just really exciting about what's going on there for the women's team, and I'm really happy for them to, bring in two players that are elite level college and WNBA. I mean, how do you not want to play for those kinds of coaches?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. First and foremost, the fact that they're Penn State girls, that's one thing. And then the fact that they were both very good. Yeah, you're right, Tyler. Yeah. So they did play together.
Yeah, yep, yeah.
Okay. I was
Kelly
wrong
came in
about that.
first, and then she was 1 year ahead of T.
Yeah. Okay. So they did
Yeah,
both play in the Final Four, right? Or no, that was still before them,
that was
right?
right before them. Yeah, Final Four I
Yes.
think was
Okay.
2000, and then Kelly came in, I believe, right after. And then yeah, by Kelly's senior year, they were in the Elite Eight.
Yeah. Okay.
And
The
Kelly
great
was
rainy.
right down. Kelly was right down the street at Bucknell, I think, for a minute.
She was. She was. Yep. It says that on her. Oh no, no, no. I just pulled up uh, Kelly's thing. Yeah, she was at Bucknell. There's her Bucknell. I remember seeing this. She was at Bucknell, which is not far from State College. Associate head coach. I think she's coming in right now as an assistant coach. I don't know. Is he the associate head coach?
I don't know if that's her title or not.
Assistant
And
coach,
maybe,
yeah.
yeah,
But you know, that's the first thing Brett and I said when Coach Wright was hired was, all right, bring back Kelly Mazzante and then bring back Maggie Lucas. Maggie Lucas is at
hey, Lucas.
Bowling Green right now.
Oh, okay, okay, cool, cool.
So Maggie is also coaching. Man, if you could bring if you could bring back those three. Tyler, who was the three at UConn? Sue Bird, who else was it? The
Uh,
big three there at UConn.
yeah, Diana Taurasi was big time, and gosh, there've been so many good ones, man. I lose track. Swopes, Cheryl Swopes
Okay. Okay.
or Swoops, and
Yep.
then you had the Catching sisters, Tamika and the other one, Catchings at Tennessee, because Tennessee was all people kind of forget like what a dynasty that was under Pat Summit.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, pretty amazing, dude. Pretty
I
amazing.
it, and people say about how like for example, when the World Cup was going on and the women's team was really good, America watched it. It's not a man and woman thing, man. It's a we want to watch good ball. That's what Americans
Yeah,
love. We love watching good ball. If it's UConn women's back in the day, if it's you guys, if it's Penn State women's back in the day, if it's women's World Cup, whatever it is, if they're good, especially Penn State fans, they're going to watch, they're going to show up, they're going to support the girls. So the young
yeah,
ladies. So it's just it's exciting because that I think will happen again. You know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is the kind of moves you got to make to do that. And yeah, man, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for those ladies. It'll be so fun to watch them and see what they can do. Yeah, so Kelly was at IUP for a little bit as an assistant.
Okay.
She was there, I think, 5 years, and then Bucknell 4 years, Georgetown for the last 2 years. Actually, she was associate head coach at Georgetown, and now she's back home. Welcome back, Kelly.
Yeah. Well, you know, Tyler. I can't find her Wikipedia page, but you were when Coach Wright was hired. You talked about her and that you know Coach T, and then how did you know Kelly just from playing at the same time or
Yeah, we were only, I think, 2 years apart. I only crossed over with T 1 year, but then with Kelly, pretty sure it was 2 years, if I'm remembering right. Because let's see, she finished 03, 04. Yeah, so her freshman sophomore year were my junior senior year. So I mean, the men's and women's teams crossed over so much because everything we use all the same trainers, same practice facilities, same weight room, all that stuff. Sometimes we'd even lift with them. We'd be lifting at the same time as they were.
okay, okay. Well, I was telling Tyler how I put up this picture last night on Instagram It was a picture of Coach T and Coach Wright. Put it on my story. It's a good picture. It's a good picture. I'm glad I found it. I'll pull it up here.
Is it you getting their autographs as a young kid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great one. That's
I
a great
wish.
one.
So that is that's Coach T and Coach Mazzante celebrating, probably after they won a massive game. You know, they did that a lot. And then they both shared it on their story. And of course, I accidentally deleted it. So I reposted it. And then Coach T, she commented on, what did she do? She shared the story, and then she was going through my page, and then she commented, "Why haven't y'all called me yet?" So I was messaging her on Instagram, and again, Coach Kelly, she shared it on her story too, which I appreciate. But Coach T said she wants to come on, so we're gonna be on here with her.
That's
she said she wants to come on closer to the season because she's like, let's get some butts in the seats. And I'm telling you, man, I've always said this. I said this to Brett the other day. I said, if there's one sport that I would actually attempt to buy season tickets for, because one, I like it's women's basketball, because one, I like watching the women's team. And two, it's affordable, you know, compared to like football or something like that. So, and I've been talking to like my family and stuff, and they're like, I want to buy season tickets. They're excited too. So
yeah.
she definitely, if she's getting my family interested in going to games, then she can get just about anybody interested in going to the games, because they don't go to games really at all. So any games. So yeah, it's exciting, man. But it'll be cool to have her on. She said she's going to the Final Four, so she couldn't come on with us tonight. But
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Final Four, the Lesko podcast, whatever. We see where your priorities are, Coach Wright.
Well,
we see.
I told her Tyler and I could meet her on the plane, but
yeah, I know. We'll buy a ticket just to interview her live. Huh,
she's gonna be there studying 100%. And Coach T's definitely a smart coach, a smart woman. So I'm excited.
Yeah, she's smart. She's tough, man. I mean, when you're a 3-time defensive player of the year in the Big Ten, it's like you're tough, man. You're not afraid to get after people and just go. And what a cool combo. You know, you've got her. That was, you know, one of the things that really she prided herself on. You got Kelly, who, man, she knows how to put the ball in the bucket. So I can't wait to see them have, you know, play some games of horse against the current players. You're like, oh, you think you got it? You think you can beat us a game of horse? Come on.
Yeah, well, I think you're gonna have to go. You know, tell them you want to play a little pickup game with them. See where their game's at. See where your game's at. I know you play, but
maybe I'll be one of their practice players, you know, because they always get guy practice players, and so maybe I'll throw my name in the ring. Like, hey, if you're going against, you know, Big Sally next Saturday, who doesn't move that great, but you know, is fundamental. I could be Big Sally for a couple practices leading up to it.
yeah, why not? Tyler, I remember when I was younger watching this little documentary on Kelly, and I'll have to tell her this if I ever talk to her, because I remember she played in her driveway basketball all the time, and there was this little ledge on the side of her driveway that if you hit the ball on the ledge, it would bounce out into the yard. And I think it was her brother said when he was playing her one-on-one, she would get so mad when the ball would hit the ledge of the edge of the driveway, and it would just bounce out, you know. So
dude, that's funny. That is funny. I know, home court advantage. You know all the little spots. Like when I was growing up and I had a hoop in my driveway, you knew you could throw that ball off the backboard super hard. It would always go in.
Yep. Tyler, you have anything else to say about the hire?
I mean, just super excited for him. I think what great additions. Like you couldn't ask for two better players former players to be coming back and leading the charge. And you know they're going to be so fired up to be back here. They contributed immensely to the program. And I can't wait to watch him play and watch him coach and have him back in town.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, Tyler. All right. We'll stay in touch. We'll be back on here again at some point. Brett will be on again. He's working. So it's his Thursday night. He works on Thursday night. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Welcome back, Coach Kelly, Coach T, and we'll see you next time.
Welcome back. We'll see you guys.